know, a guy that you want to get him.
He's got to get his snaps as they come, and then he's got to prove it when he gets those opportunities. You know, last week wasn't a situation we were ready to throw him out there. You know, again, I mean, you don't anoint people. Everything counts. It matters what you do in practice every day. And Travis is going to be awesome, and he's going to get his opportunity. He's got to take advantage of the opportunity. But, you know, what you do in camp has to matter. And we had a month of practice, and we've got 3 guys right now that I think deserve the opportunity to start for us. Now, you can't start 3 guys. You can only run 1 out there. So somebody's going to run out there first. But those 3 guys are going to get their opportunity to see if one of them takes it, or is it going to be a team deal. And these are not average players. These are really good football players that have demonstrated it in practice. It's not theory. Have demonstrated it all against a really good defense. So, not trying to make them something that they're not. It's what they are. It's what I've seen. And then and Travis has demonstrated that he is a unbelievable young prospect and has the ability to be a great football player. And we got to pick our spots, and we got to use him the right way, and develop him. And when he's ready, he's ready. And we've played 2 ball games. He played great in one. All of them played great in the first game. We didn't have every one of them. I think about everybody averaged double digits in yards per carry. So, and then last week, slobber knocker. You know, I mean, it was a tough one. Slugfest, big boy football, and we went with the guys that been there, done that, and found a way to win a tough, hard-nosed game against a team that's going to win a bunch of games.
Yeah. How do you think Tavian did at pass blocking?
He's doing fine. He's doing fine. I trust all 3 of those guys. I trust Travis to stick his nose in there now. We don't have a more committed, tougher kid, but you know, there's a lot going on, and he's still got a lot to process as far as getting to the right spot. But I don't have any doubt that he'll step up and do what he needs to do to protect our quarterback. He's tough and physical and is not afraid. But you know, we got to make sure that he truly understands, you know, and has the knowledge that he needs to be successful.
Run game, the burden of the run game ended on Kelly's shoulders last week. Is there more of an emphasis to get those backs involved and take some pressure off him on the road for the first
Yeah, I think some of it depends on what they give us. You know, I mean, sometimes you design the ball to go to the backs, but the defense gives you something else, and that's just decisions that, you know, our quarterback makes. And I don't have a problem with him running the ball at all. You know, so he's a problem. He's a really good runner. And so we've always done that. We're always going to take what's there. And again, the rhythm of the offense, we not getting the ball in the first quarter, and just not really being able to play complementary football like we like to, affected us. And then 2 turnovers. You know, that last year was what, 19-13? A really good defense, and it's hard sledding. We made enough plays, but we missed some opportunities. Next thing you know, the game's a little closer than you want. And but, hey, we found a way to win, but Kelly is going to be a factor running the football. All of our quarterbacks are always going to be a factor running the football. That's just what we do. It's not going to change. You know, if that changed, then our offense, our philosophy is different. We're going to empower our quarterback to give us the best chance to be successful, play in and play out. But you know, at the end of the game, that's probably the best part of the game was the fact with 3 minutes and 15 seconds and 3 timeouts, you really should only be able to take 15 seconds off the clock. And with 3 minutes and 15 seconds and 3 timeouts against a stout defense, we're able to take a knee. And I think when it came down to it, you saw the grit of our team, the toughness of them. And, you know, if it means that Kelly runs it in that situation, so be it. We're trying to win the football game. We're not trying to force anything. Things will happen the way they're supposed to happen as the flow of the season takes place. So we got a long way to go, a long way to go. And when it's all said and done, our backs are going to be incredibly productive for us.
Coach, in beating the rival of your youth, Auburn, you won your 21st game against a ranked opponent, eclipsing Danny Ford for the most at Clemson all time. Coach Ford was named to the Hall of Fame the same day that you won your national championship. How special is that to you to accomplish that feat?
You know, I mean, I guess it'll be special one day, I guess. You know, we got another one this week. I'd rather have 22 instead of 21. We got a long way to go, but, you know, I'm just fortunate I've been able to be here long enough, you know, and I've had a bunch of good players and a great staff, again, a team that has you know, answered the bell when those opportunities have presented themselves. But, you know, that'll be down the road. One day, you know, we'll sit back and say, wow, how many ranked games did we win? That's great. You know, I'm just, again, lucky, blessed, been here long enough. It really doesn't mean anything else other than that.
Coach, after a tremendous pass rush, how does momentum carry over when you're facing somebody with talent like Lamar Jackson, who you did frustrate at times last year here in the Valley?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, you don't get to take last week's sacks into this game. They don't let you carry them over. You got to start over every week. And you know what? You don't take last week's mistakes into this week either. You get an opportunity to get better. You get an opportunity to improve. You get an opportunity to learn. And that's just how we go about our business. We know we got to prove it every week. Huge, huge challenge. Certainly, we've created some momentum. You know, 2-0. That's good. But you know, there's no saying you got to be persistent to get Mo. You got to be consistent to keep it. And so we're just trying to be consistent performers and not be a team that's up and down or, hey, you played a good game this week. Well, that's great. Can you be a consistent performer? You know, week in and week out, where as a coach, you just know what you get. Like, we got certain guys that sit in here. I just know when I lay my head down, I know exactly what I'm going to get. Not that they're going to play perfect, not make mistakes, but I know how they're going to prepare. I know how much they care. I know how hard they're going to play. And you know what? That's what you're looking for. And if you have those things, then you'll be a consistent performer. So that's really what we're trying to do, is just stay consistent week in and week out. And you know, if we have 11 sacks, then it would be a good night for the Tigers. But that was only the second time in the history, I think, or the second most in the history. Tied for the second most. That's a rarity. This guy right here, we're gonna have our hands full in getting him on the ground. Because it's one thing to be there. It's another thing to tackle him. I mean, you can be there, but you don't win on paper. You got to actually perform, and we'll get that opportunity. But we got to start back at zero. You don't get to carry anything over from last week, good or bad.
Coach, classes were canceled at Clemson yesterday and today. How much does that extra time benefit the players just from extra time in the film room? Yeah,
well, it definitely gives them some extra time to watch some tape, to you know, not have to focus on their studies, not have to split the time. They can, you know, they all have their iPads, they all have all the videos, so they do have more time to study. It doesn't change a whole lot for us because we got the same amount of preparation, same amount of work. I moved everything up 30 minutes yesterday. Normally our team comes in at 4 on Mondays. I brought them in at 3:30 because again we have a very systematic way that we get ready, and that work's got to get done. But it's good for them from a rest standpoint, their ability to get more rest. I think that's great, and then to have an opportunity to maybe look at a little bit more tape on their own. But our Tuesday today is no different. They'll come in at 2:10. Nothing's any different today than it would have been last week.
Coach, you spoke about lessons learned. Kelly's always talked about how confident he is in his abilities. What do you think was the biggest lesson he learned from playing Auburn that he takes into another high-profile game against Louisville?
Biggest lesson is probably just, I don't know, probably just confidence, just more confidence that he is prepared to go and perform under bright lights on a big stage. I think he trusts his preparation even more now than maybe, not that he didn't, but maybe that's just reinforced even more because he's had some success, and then also he had to handle some adversity, you know, and was able to battle through that. So probably just confidence, and then again just reinforcing the preparation that he's put in. That Because again, that's a really good team. It's a really we didn't get any credit for beating them last year. You know, we were supposed to beat them like 40-something to nothing or something. You know, it's unbelievable in an opening game. I think they went to the Sugar Bowl. I think. And you know what? They're going to be really good this year. Really good.
When you look at trying to stop Lamar, the two teams that had a lot of success with it last year were LSU and Houston. Again, very pass rush oriented. Is there a lot you could take from that film, given that he's a little bit different player now, some of the personnel in their line has changed, or is there anything you can take away from watching that?
Sure, absolutely. You know, we watch everything. We watch everything that we can possibly get our hands on to try to evaluate, study, you know, see what fits your system, what maybe other people did. That's definitely a part of what you do week in and week out to game plan, offensively and defensively and special teams.
Jabril, Niles, and Huggins, how did they do?
They did fine. They did fine. You know, Jabril right now is a guy that I think is playing at a high level for us. We really kind of trust him as a starter right now. I mean, we kind of look at him in that light. You know, Huggins is a guy that I think is gonna come on for us. I think he's going to settle in and have a good season for us all said and done. And then really proud of Niles. You know, Niles is he is, I call him Baby Grady. You know, he's going to be a good football player. He cares. He'll still jump around and he'll get some minuses and things that he could easily eliminate. But you know, he's played 2 games. And you got to coach him. So, but I love his effort. I love how he comes to work every day, and he's got a bright future for us.
Anybody got anything else?